Every morning is a blank page, a chance to rewrite your story, refine your purpose, and reclaim control over your life. The way you start your day often determines its trajectory. Before the noise of the world sets in, before obligations and distractions pull you in a dozen directions, there's a quiet moment where you can choose how you want to show up. This isn't about empty positivity or wishful thinking. It's about grounding yourself in principles that fortify your mind, align your actions, and steer you toward meaningful progress. The most successful people don't wait for inspiration to strike. They create it through deliberate habits. And it begins with the dialogue you have with yourself the moment you open your eyes. What you repeat daily shapes your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. So, what should you tell yourself every morning? Not platitudes, but truths, statements that challenge, empower, and direct you. Here are 10 essential reminders to anchor your day. 10 things to tell yourself every morning today. I choose responsibility. You are not a victim of circumstance. Even when things are hard, your response is yours to control. Own your decisions, your time, and your attitude. 2. What's my purpose today? Without clarity, distractions win. Identify the top 3 tasks that align with your long-term goals. Start with intention. Discipline is freedom. Motivation is unreliable. Commit to doing what's necessary, even when you don't feel like it. Small, consistent steps build extraordinary results. I am grateful for. Name 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, reducing anxiety and fostering resilience. I will face what scares me. Procrastination often stems from fear. Tackle the hardest task first. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. I choose to listen and learn. Arrogance closes doors. Curiosity opens them. Approach conversations and challenges with a willingness to grow. My health is non-negotiable. Sleep, nutrition, and movement aren't luxuries. They're the foundation of performance. Treat your body like the instrument it is. I will compare less, create more. Social media drains when it becomes a measuring stick. Focus on your progress, not others. Highlights. Setbacks are feedback. Failure isn't fatal, it's data. Analyze, adjust, and keep moving. Every great success is built on lessons from mistakes. Tonight, I'll rest without regret. End the day knowing you did your best. No guilt over imperfections, just a commitment to improve tomorrow. These aren't just affirmations, they're calls to action. Repeat them, internalize them, and most importantly, live them. The compound effect of daily discipline and reflection will transform not just your mornings, but your life. Now, go make today count. Every sunrise is the silent invitation, a chance to reset, refocus, and reclaim the narrative of your life. Before the world demands your attention, before obligations pull you in 100 directions, there's a sacred space between sleep and action where you have the power to set the tone for your entire day. This isn't about reciting empty mantras or forcing toxic positivity. Real growth begins with honest, deliberate self-dialogue. Words that don't just comfort but challenge you. The most successful people don't stumble into greatness. They build it through daily habits, and it starts the moment they wake up. What you tell yourself in those first quiet minutes shapes your mindset, your decisions, and ultimately, your destiny. So let's cut through the noise. Here are 10 powerful truths to speak over your life every morning. Statements that will sharpen your focus, strengthen your resolve, and steer you toward the life you want. 10 things to tell yourself every morning. 1. I am in control of my choices. You are not a puppet of circumstance. External events may influence you, but your response is always yours to command. Whether it's a missed opportunity, a difficult person, or a setback, today you choose. Will you react with blame or ownership? Victimhood drains power. Responsibility reclaims it. 2. What's the one thing that matters most today? Clarity defeats chaos. Without a clear priority, the urgent will drown out the important. Ask yourself, if I accomplish only one thing today, what would make everything else feel secondary? Start there. 3. Discipline is the price of freedom. Motivation is a fair weather friend. It shows up when things are easy and vanishes when they're hard. Discipline, on the other hand, is loyal. It carries you through resistance. Commit to doing what's necessary, not just what's convenient. 4. I have more than I think. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a lens. Before you dwell on what's missing, name 3 things you do have: health, a roof overhead, people who care. Scarcity breeds anxiety, abundance breeds courage. 5. I will do the hard thing first. Procrastination is often fear in disguise. The task you avoid the most is usually the one that will grow you the most. Attack it early. The relief and momentum will fuel the rest of your day. 6. I will listen twice as much as I speak. Wisdom hides in silence. Most people listen only to reply, not to understand. Today, ask real questions. Let others feel heard. You'll be surprised what you learn. 7. My body is my ally. I will treat it well. Energy is the currency of achievement. Skipping sleep, eating junk, and neglecting movement isn't hustle. It's self-sabotage. Honor your body and it will carry you further. 8. Comparison is the thief of joy. I run my own race. Social media is a highlight reel, not reality. The only person you should compete with is the person you were yesterday. Focus on progress, not perfection. But perfection. 9. Failure is data, not destiny. Mistakes aren't proof you're incapable. They're proof you're trying. When you stumble, ask, what did this teach me? Then adjust and move forward. 10. Tonight, I will rest without regret. End your day with honesty, not self-flagellation. Did you give your best? If yes, sleep peacefully. If no, plan to improve tomorrow, but never wallow in guilt. These aren't just words. They're wake-up calls for your potential. The difference between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one isn't luck. It's the daily repetition of choices like these. So tomorrow, before you check your phone, before the world's noise invades your mind, look in the mirror and speak these truths, then go act on them. Because the life you want won't be handed to you. It's built one morning at a time. Now, what's the first thing you'll tell yourself tomorrow? Take responsibility for your day every morning. The first and most crucial conversation you have is with yourself. It's not just about waking up, it's about choosing to wake up deliberately. The moment your eyes open, you're faced with a decision. Will you let the day happen to you, or will you take ownership and make it happen for you? Responsibility isn't just about acknowledging your role in your life. It's about actively steering it. Think about it. Blaming external factors for your struggles might feel justified, but it's a dead end. Traffic didn't ruin your morning. Your reaction to it did. A missed opportunity didn't hold you back. Your hesitation did. When you start your day by saying, I am responsible, you reclaim power. You're no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You're the architect of your response. This mindset shift is transformative. It means recognizing that even in situations you didn't create, your actions and attitude are yours to control. Did you sleep poorly? Did you sleep poorly? You can still choose focus over frustration. Is your workload overwhelming? You can prioritize instead of panic. Responsibility isn't about perfection. It's the difference between saying, this is happening to me, and what am I going to do about it? Start small. Before you reach for your phone or dive into distractions, pause. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to move forward? It might be as simple as making your bed, setting a clear goal, or refusing to indulge in negativity. These small acts of ownership compound over time. They build discipline, confidence, and resilience. The world doesn't reward victims. It rewards those who take charge. When you begin your day with responsibility, you're not just preparing for the hours ahead. You're shaping the life you want to live. Clarify your goals. A day without direction is a day wasted. Without clarity, you'll spend your energy on trivial tasks, only to feel busy, but unfulfilled by nightfall. That's why the second thing you must tell yourself every morning is, what's my purpose today? No purpose today. Not in some vague philosophical sense, but in concrete, actionable terms. Goals are the compass that keeps you from drifting. They transform chaos into order. Think of your mind like a GPS. If you don't input a destination, you'll wander aimlessly, burning fuel without getting anywhere. Beasts. But when you define exactly what you want to accomplish, your brain automatically starts filtering distractions and spotting opportunities. Start by identifying your one most important task. Not 3, not 5. 1. This isn't about limiting yourself. It's about prioritizing. What's the thing that, if completed, will make everything else easier or unnecessary? It might be finishing a project, having a difficult conversation, or dedicating focus time to a skill. Write it down. Say it out loud. Then, break it into smaller steps. A goal like be successful is too abstract to act on. But spend 30 minutes learning a new skill or complete the first draft of my report by noon gives you a clear starting point. Clarity eliminates procrastination. It's hard to argue with a specific instruction. At the end of the day, you'll judge yourself not by how much you did, but by how much you accomplished. By starting with a clear target, you ensure that your effort translates into progress. Embrace discipline over motivation. Motivation is a fickle friend. It shows up when you're well-rested, inspired, and everything's going your way, then vanishes the moment things get tough. If you rely on it to carry you through, you'll spend most of your life waiting. Discipline, on the other hand, is unwavering. It's the decision to act regardless of how you feel. Every morning, remind yourself, I don't need to feel like it to do it. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. It's what gets you out of bed when you're tired, keeps you working when you're distracted, and pushes you to finish when you're tempted to quit. The secret. Start before you're ready. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Create it through action. The first 5 minutes are always the hardest. Once you begin, momentum takes over. Build discipline like a muscle. Small, consistent efforts strengthen your willpower over time. Make your bed. Stick to a schedule. Follow through on promises to yourself. Each act of discipline reinforces the next. Discipline isn't punishment, it's liberation. It's the freedom to know you can count on yourself. Practice gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a nice sentiment, it's a psychological reset button. Before you dwell on what's wrong, name 3 things that are right. It could be as simple as a warm bed, a loved one's smile, or the chance to try again today. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. It's impossible to feel anxious and grateful at the same time. Face challenges head on. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. Every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Start your day by asking, what's one thing I've been avoiding that I'll tackle today? Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action despite it. The more you confront difficulties, the stronger you become. The words you speak to yourself in those first quiet moments don't just set the tone for your day, they shape your identity over time. This isn't about wishful thinking or superficial positivity. It's about arming yourself with truths so powerful that when repeated daily, they rewire your mindset and redefine what you're capable of achieving. When you take responsibility, you stop being a passenger in your own life and become the driver. When you clarify your goals, you trade chaos for purposeful action. When you choose discipline over motivation, you build the unshakable resilience that turns dreams into reality. Gratitude keeps you grounded in what truly matters, while facing challenges head-on transforms obstacles into stepping stones. These 10 declarations are more than a routine. They're a revolution. The battle for your best life isn't won in grand gestures, but in these daily, private moments of decision. So tomorrow, before the world demands your attention, claim these truths. Speak them with conviction. Then go forth and live them. Because the person you're becoming is listening and waiting for you to show up. Your future self is counting on today's choices. Make them count.